Good morning, everybody. It's Saturday morning. I got this package a couple of days ago. It is a comic. I forgot what it was. Hopefully I won't show my address, but I have not opened it yet, so I'm going to cut her open. I've gotten quite a few packages, and I didn't make videos for most of them, to be honest. Just don't have time, and anyway. Okay, so I honestly have totally forgotten what this will be, and I'm going to open this up and we're going to see what we got. Okay, now we'll put it full frame. This is a Gemini mailer. It's coming from Maryland. And it looks like two things are in here. All right. Oh, okay. This is from Richard. Knife Hand Blindspot. Richard Meyer. I don't remember Lowe's name. Chuck Dixon. Cariello. And then this other book should be Mind Your Own Business. Mind Your Own Business or something like that. Okay, let's check it out. Let me throw this out. These are shipped in a Gemini mailer, and there is cardboard on the front and back to protect the package, and then it's shrink wrapped. It's not sent in a comic bag, and the comic book is also packed with cardboard protective sleeve on the front and back. The comic book is a floppy with staples, so it's standard kind of traditional floppy. Also shrink wrapped. Let's see if I can do this. I don't know how to do this with one hand. I do know how to do this. I'm smart. I can do this. There's cardboard, so safe to cut. There we go. Got one there. Got one there. All right. First, we're going to go with the comic book, floppy comic. Mind Your Business. This is illustrated by Kelsey Shannon and written, as most of the books by Richard are written by Richard C. Meyer, and he actually does his own lettering. I love Kelsey Shannon's artwork, and this is a black and white line art book. So the paper is great. It's kind of a no frills cover. It's not got embossing. It's not got cardstock, anything like that. Honestly, the cover paper is a little bit. It's a little bit. I don't know. Less impressive than most of the other stuff that I've had before. It's not cardstock, and it's not even glossy. It does seem to be a little bit of a remnant of the packing process. You can see the edging of the book has got some dirt or whatever, and that's probably going to be from where this is pressed up against the edge of the book, and then it's like shifted around a little bit before it's probably been shrink wrapped. I am not complaining about that. It's a comic book. Also comes with a pretty large fold-out poster of Mind Your Business. It's the same image as that, so I'm not going to unfold it. Okay, so now let's look at Knife Hand Blindspot. Knife Hand Blindspot is the book that he, basically it's his G.I. Joe book, right? It's his backstory for one of his Jawbreaker's characters, Knife Hand, who is a like ninja dude in the vein of Snake Eyes. Okay, hang on. There, that's easier. All right, so cardboard off, and the book's I got it wrong ways. So just from the back side, we have, this is pretty standard fare here. We have ICBN number, Splatter Comics, a little bit of a summary, a little bit of the interior art type art that it's going on with, which is an ink style with inking, and then the coloring is like watercolors, watercolor style. And there's 2 stories in here, Knife Hand Blindspot, and then a backup story of Garrison by Chuck Dixon and Sergio Cariello. Okay, let's see. Cover, Knife Hand Blindspot. Again, that watercolor style. Now, I haven't looked at this yet, but my understanding was that he was going to color this in the vein of like 1980s G.I. Joe cartoons. So let's check it out. Oh, that's not the interior. This is just the cover art. I think the interior art maybe. I think maybe he's doing Garrison that way. I'm not sure. Let's just flip inside. Okay, so the interior art for Knife Hand Blindspot is the watercolor style, and we'll just flip a couple pages in here. I mean, it looks solid. I like it. Honestly, like this a lot better than the artist that he uses for the Jawbreaker series. And in here we have the, it's like a little poster, the first page of the Garrison story, Chuck Dixon. Love you, Chuck Dixon. And oh yeah, this is it right here. It has, this is like 1980s G.I. Joe cartoon type coloring, okay? So that he actually, I think, took the color palette from some of those comics or from some of those cartoons. And you can see there's lots of like purples and blues and oranges and greens, and it's very I mean, this is great. This is good stuff. And even that, there's a texture on the paper that is like, I don't know if you can see it, but the texture on the paper is meant to resemble the low quality pulp paper that would have been in a G.I. Joe comic from the 80s. And you can contrast that pretty directly with, I'm gonna flip back, the fact that there's no texture on the white paper. So looks pretty good, pretty happy. And there's a Knife Hand Blindspot fold out poster too. All right, looks good. Happy to finally get it. Thanks, Richard. Later.